I'm making a Metroidvania. It's been 2 months and we're currently building up the system so we can eventually make a demo for you to play. A lot is in place already: the player controller, enemies, combat, and a few boss battles as well. This month we've added currency, an inventory, and a shop for you to buy things for your inventory. And last week we started working on a dialogue system, but we got a little distracted. First of all, I hooked up the input system for the player all wrong. Yeah, it's not me. It's definitely not me. But we managed to fix it. Alright guys, I think it's me. And secondly, I may have gotten a little distracted and designed a tool to allow me to create 3D backdrops that we can project behind the player, which I think is really cool, but it's not exactly what our goal for last week was. So what's the plan this week? We're going to continue implementing the dialogue system. We're using a very helpful tool called Dialogue Manager that makes it really easy. And we should be able to use it for all our other interactions like lore objects. To make sure that you can keep up with development, don't forget to like and subscribe if you're on YouTube, or if you're on Twitch, give us a follow. So, let's get started. Hello, how are you all doing? Let me get the volume on this. It's a bit loud on my end. Okay. We're back again. It's Monday. It's time to keep working on our project. We have got our scientist here. He's our dialogue tester. And I noticed while I was working, I had this red dot. I was like, what's this red dot? When I was watching that. This. We can delete that. We don't need it anymore. Now, it's kind of like it's a bit of a tricky thing because I don't have any dialogue to add, but I do know I need that system. So what I wanted to do was sort of like, first of all, look at how we can work with the dialogue, right? So we've got scientist, first one. Here are some choices. And I also want to know, like, how can I can run these one time. I need to look at the API. I need to figure out the UI, like, because I want to use this system for multiple different things. Like I want to be able to obviously use it for conversations, but also like, what if you like inspect something? Like surely you can have the same thing just show up, I think. Like in theory. Also, we've got some cleanup to do. We've got some variables here that we don't need anymore. Also, like, it's so crazy how simple this turned out to be. But at the same time, I feel like I'm missing a lot. If that makes sense. So let's show dialogue balloon. Show dialogue balloon scene, balloon scene. Oh, okay. So we can just like make a separate scene for a different dialogue balloon. And I want to look at balloon path. Let's open this up. Let's look at the code. Okay, decided to disappear. So if we're looking at show dialogue balloon, extra game state arrays, we've got the balloon path, which is DM settings, get setting, DM settings, balloon path, get example balloon path. Is that like a secondary? If we go get settings, we're passing in the balloon path or we're getting the example. So I'm assuming that I can either pass in a path, return project settings to dialogue manager.key, else return default. Yeah. So I can either make one myself or I can just use the default. But I think like I would also be able to sort of take the example and make it my own, if that makes sense. That's the other thing I want to look at. But I don't even know how to look at the settings. So has setting, project settings, dialogue manager. Huh. I didn't know you could do that. Project settings. Import defaults? No, plugins. Is it just here? Dialogue manager. Oh, there it is. Oh. Right, custom setting, dialogue path. Okay. Balloon path, if it's here. So that's where I'd put that. So I need to make my own, but I just want to like take the one that's already there and sort of change it a little bit. Or at least understand it a bit better so that I can know how to change it. So if I'm going back to look at the script, this is get setting. And there was 2 calls there. So if I go back to this original one, show dialogue balloon, and the right one below there was a specific scene. So you can either set a default, which we should do, and then for also like other things where we just want to display some text on the screen, we can totally do that too. The other thing as well that we need to look at is the player, because even though we've fixed up a lot of the input, there's still issues. So something that I was noticing is that if we, if we are still moving when we talk to him, we keep moving. So like, even though we fix the input so it doesn't take input when everything is happening. So like if you're in a conversation, you can't like run away or anything like that. It holds you in place. But me sliding away from social interaction, yeah, oh, we're really far away from it up here. Ooh, I should have just started a new game. Ouch. Excuse me. Everyone's in my way and I'm pressing the wrong button. There's a save point here, but I turned it off when I was making the clip. So, okay, if I'm walking and then I press it, you'll see the guy just like walk. I wonder, actually, let's go the other way. And he just walks out of screen. I think what will the camera do? It's just stuck on him now. That's funny. Wonder why that is. The conversation marker is the thing that controls this. On body exited. Camera position, reset camera position. What are we calling that? Oh, we're setting the camera position, but we're not actually like... hang on a second. On interacted, we're just calling start there. Wait, what's calling this? Set camera position, camera entered, camera anchor exited, reset camera position. Wait, what the hell? I don't even know my own code, man. Oh, here we go. Interactable body exited. Why would I do it like that? That's low key. Oh, we're disconnecting. Oh yeah, okay. So we're using dialogue ended to connect. Reset camera position. So we exit, yes, because we exited the interactable area, it disconnected the signal. Anyway, which is fine because we're not going to let the character move. So, however, interactable body entered, unhandled input. Okay, that's fine. On body entered, character scene, player. So, it's actually pretty funny because something that I was getting confused on last week was when I interacted with something, it was I didn't pass on any information, but like actually probably should. I'm trying to think. This is not the only script that uses interactable. But I think passing, I'm trying to think, what else uses interactable? It's the shop. The shop uses interactable. How does the shop doesn't prevent you from moving either. It's actually a problem with that too, I noticed the other day. So we can solve both of those problems by just passing the player here. Okay. Player, it's a character body 2D. Player character, I should say. Oh, that needs to have an underscore. Okay, so we set the player. We emit that, and then what we can do is in the scientist, like the what is this script called? Scientist1.gd. Okay, it is that. This is called that. We can get the character. Player is fine. We don't need the underscore here. It's a player character, and the player character has a function. Or also, a side note, how am I doing this for when I get to the boss battles? I'm doing the same thing for the boss battles. I just want to make sure that I'm not reinventing the wheel. So if I go to encounter, boss encounter, here on encounter body point entered, we've got the player character, and we say encounter started emit animation player signal character boss encounter start point key free body dot release body dot hold. Okay, so I do have two functions for body hold and body release. Easy. Okay, so we can connect. Honestly. Oh, well, yeah. So what we could do as well is we could, rather than passing, well, yeah. So here in the interaction body exited, so set camera position, dialogue started.connect set camera position. We actually have the player character here as well. So we could actually connect hold and release to these signals. So we could say, just copy these. Honestly, can we just do this globally? Could we just connect this dialogue manager started and ended in the player script and have it whenever there's dialogue? I'm assuming these reliably start and end. So we've got hold and release. So on the ready function, we've got so many signals. We've got dialogue manager started and ended. And then started, you hold. And dialogue manager, you release. Could work. And then we don't have to worry about passing it all around. We still get the player here. I don't have an issue with that per se. We might still need that for the shop. But let's break the shop. Okay, so let's do the same thing as before. Oh, he still runs off. There's some errors I might have like not considered. Start balloon error calling signal dialogue started to callable character body hold expected 0 arguments but called with 1. Okay, so there's arguments that come with that I'm going to need to discard. That's annoying. What is dialogue started? I'm assuming it emits the box. I've got that here. Here, I'm doing the same thing where I'm receiving the resource. We can make it simpler for the player. We don't need to actually say dialogue resource. We can just call it underscore resource. And I mean, you could even say variant, but I'll just say resource. Get this to play. And in order to keep this working, we'll need to have a default. So we'll just go resource dot new. Not even new. Could you just like pass in the object? Nah, you know, it's just new. That's some dodgy shit. I probably shouldn't do it like this. break all the boss encounters. Okay, it works. And then we're back. Wait, what did he do there? I'm pressing the wrong button. Really face him as well. Oh, he does like a little step. Okay, but what about boss encounters? What happens? Again, offended the idea that it is Monday. I'm sorry. Okay, boss encounters work just fine still. It's super dodge. It works. Okay, so yeah, let's look at the default. So, scene, new inherited scene? Or is there a way that I can... Dialogue label, dialogue. I've seen him do it in his tutorial. He created like a default box. And now I can't remember how he did it. Game is coming along nicely, thank you. We're getting there. We've got a lot of little bits and pieces to add in to make it sort of more complete. Which is the part that's a little bit tedious now. It's like, okay, well, we've got the combat and we've got everything that you could use to, like, you could give this to people to play, but there wouldn't be anything behind it. And so what I want, if I'm going to send it out, is to have like people to play a demo, just to like have a better idea of what I'm trying to achieve. Which you need to have these bits and pieces in place to do, and you need them anyway for the finished product. So get them going. Nathan Hode. So I'm looking for dialogue manager, and he's got his little tutorial here.
Method. This works for a lot of game setups, but does make a few assumptions that won't necessarily work for everyone. If that's you, then your second option is to code a custom method that shows your balloon. Basically, all it needs to do is instantiate your balloon and then start the dialogue chain with a given dialogue resource. Now that we have a way of showing our dialogue, we can get back to writing it. The next thing you might want to do is branch your dialogue based on some value of game state. For example, you might want a character to say something different the first time they're met. For that, you might want to write something like this. But what is game state and has met Nathan? In this example, game state is an autoload and has met Nathan is...
This is all like just basic stuff like creating a dialogue. Where is it? I've seen him do it where you can create a version of that same scene. I can do it manually, but there was like a button he pressed. And I'd rather press the button than go and dig up all the code and stuff. Yeah. Project tools, create a copy of example dialogue balloon. Dude, I clocked that from the what is this called? Like the selector. Create a copy. Okay. Project tools, create a copy dialogue example balloon. Dude, sweet as. Scenes, menus, and that'll be fine. It's like current folder. And now we can bounce off this, which will be a lot easier. As I did it myself the last time I used this tool, and I don't know if this existed the last time. You know what I mean? Shop item balloon. Balloon. Put the script in there too, that's fine. Okay, response example. I wonder if there's anything in here that like we can, its position, like its anchor points and all that kind of stuff. So how does it? Panel container, margin container. Oh, so it's just anchored to the bottom. So we could just flip the anchor, I reckon. because I don't really want to do that zoom, that aggressive zoom. Here's the thing. There's two things that I have an issue with right now with how like I've got it set up. And one is the zoom is very aggressive, and that's just to show the characters. I don't know if I like that. Number two, I'd rather put the balloon where they aren't. So obviously this solves the problem because I've zoomed in enough that the character's above. And it's an okay effect, but it messes with the 3D. So I'm not a huge, like you can see it sort of come apart there, which I don't super like. So I'm trying to think, like, I don't have to do that, but if I don't do it, obviously they just get covered by this balloon. And the response examples, I suppose I'm not really gonna have too many of those. Honestly, it's fine, but like, progress, polygon 2D. Oh, that's that down there, okay. And then there's an animation player, which is fine. What animations is there? Just the progress. Such a nice little tool. Character box. What does this do? A lot. Is instance valid? Progress visible. Dialogue is typing, and line is that. Has tag, has voice. Okay. Set input is handled. Will block other input. Only the input is allowed to handle input while it's showing. This is what we fixed last week. Okay. Notification, start, play dog line. So I guess, what's on ready? What does it do on the ready? Okay, so if response isn't auto start, is instance valid start. Okay. Excuse me. What I think we should do is probably just move it to above, like put it on the top, because like 9 times out of 10, that's going to be a better position for me, and then I won't need to zoom as aggressively. I still want to do a little bit, but if we just move this to the top, I think it'll be fine. So we're going to attempt to do that. That is this top one here. That's the whole thing. So I think we could just set this to be top. Okay, nope. Try again. Is this like got a custom transform on it or not? Bottom wide. Oh, up wide. Left wide. Up wide. Okay. And then probably not that big. What's controlling that? I wonder if it'll be smaller based on the character size, or if it's just going to be that big by default. This is set to expand. So it's to do with the label, dialogue label. So it's set to expand. So why is it that big? Make this a little bit smaller. And then what we do is we copy the UID and we go to project settings, and here in dialogue editor, right down the bottom, I guess, it wants a balloon path. Oh, it's set it already. What a goat. How nice is that? Such a good tool. Okay, so let's give that a go, see what it looks like. See if I broke it. It's big. Okay. I suppose, yeah, it sets us 1920 and the thing is half the size. If I just make this smaller, will it just work out for me? Or no? I mean, yeah, that does work. Also, like, if I don't zoom, then that won't even be an issue. So if I go back to the interaction entry. Now, that is in the conversation marker script. Is here. So we've got a zoom amount, which is set probably a little bit too high. Even 1 would be good, probably. I don't know, let's see. Let's see how it feels. I closed the entire project, didn't I? Yep. Spamming that cross button. Oh, goodness. Okay, we're back. Let's mute that. Yeah, that's not so. That's like gives you a little bit of like you're talking to this person. Still a little bit of a seam on the 3D edge, but it centers around them, which is the main thing. Now, the other problem is this. I can just walk away. Although, to be honest, like it kind of works for this, but this doesn't block input. However, this is going to be controller centric. The UI for this is so bad. So we need to stop that, I think. Okay, we need to like, the other thing I do want to do is set up like a little scenario at the start of the game, just like explain to you what to do, like give you like a thing, but I need to write something for that first and make it sound not so cringe. That's going to be the hard part. Facility entry 1, boss encounter, or even, to be honest, they have like a, yeah, I don't know. I need to work on the scene. Close that. The boss encounter. So we've got the player and we've got the facility. We need to look at the shop to just fix up the input with that. The shop. Also, the shop layer is so shitty. I want to... This should just have like a black background for now. Put like a color rect behind it, the whole thing. My alarm is going off. For 2 minutes, I didn't even hear it. Sorry about that. It's saying, you need to get ready for work. But we're working from home today, so we don't have to do that. Anchors. There we go. Okay, so, and then obviously the text on the wait, where is that? Item shop icon. Change the text here to be white. It's readable. Okay. Let's look at input. So the shop has the same interactable class, which means we do have access to the body. So if we look at the unhandled input, okay, on body entered, ready, unhandled input, and we're emitting the player to this. So then if we go and have a look, I'm assuming this emits to the replicator shop, the parent script here. Or not, because it gets connected here. Wait, what? If not interact ready? Oh. That is not how I've set this up to work. Wait, hang on a second. I think I got a bit confused. And interactable, interacted, emit. Right? So this is the signal. Interacted, emit, but I'm just handling that locally. Well, right. So I've like gone and duplicated, which is kind of bad. So we don't really need that here. What we do want, and we don't even really need play prompt. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Item shop hide. Okay, I have no issues there. However, yeah, let's yeah, we don't need that. Comment this out just for now. And then connect the signal interacted with the replicator shop. Press the wrong button. Hello. Okay. So on interacted, we just need to go item shop.show. Right? And here we get the player. How can we, so when do we get the end of the interaction? That would be the next thing to check. Like, when does the interaction end? When you hit cancel on the shop. It just says hide. We can signal back to the replicator shop. We can do a signal. Do we need a custom signal, or can we just hop off like visibility? We could probably, we hop off visibility. That would work. If we connect visible. Do we have, we do have access to this in this particular script. Obviously we have the item shop. So we could connect the, why is that called on shop show? I think I've got a custom stuff. Yeah, right. So I'm getting copies of the credits and stuff like that. That's all right. What the hell? So now that we're happy with that, delete all this. Okay, let's just test this works before I go and make too many changes to this to like accommodate the new paradigm. It's just visible to start off with. Oh goodness. And I can still just walk away from it, which is not good. Because it's not even grabbing input, which is like, we should be able to grab input here. Also, the visibility on that's kind of wild. And see, now we just run away, even though we're trying to cancel. So. Also, this is a very mouse-centric setup for a game that I plan to mostly, say, use the keyboard or... But anyway, we'll worry about that in a second. Okay, first of all, the input. Everything still works, which is fine. So we have access to the body, the player, not the body. We have access to the player here. We can set player.hold, so we can call that player.hold, right? But we need a way to release, right? So we probably need to connect the signal visibility. So you could go item shop dot visibility change dot connect. Callable player dot release. However, visibility changed, I'm assuming comes with the variable. Let's just make a separate function here. Item shop interaction finished. Void, and let's just say that we'll get a copy of the player here. Player character. Player character, and we'll set that here. Equals player. And then we can just call that. And then here we can say player character dot release. And I'm assuming visibility change emitted when the visibility, because it either because its own visibility parameter changed or because its visibility in the tree changed. Signal is emitted after. The only issues I have here is that it might be called. It doesn't even carry it, and it doesn't emit true or false. So I'm worried that it's going to automatically release the player straight away. So I think probably let's create our own signal. So here on shop hide. So on cancel pressed, we're just hiding. So here we can create a signal. Shop finished. That's, yeah, finished. Shop interaction finished. It's a signal, and it doesn't really need to emit anything. So now we can just emit that signal. Right. And then we go back to. Oh, we go back to item shop. Okay, this is it. So here in the ready function, item shop dot shop interaction finished dot connect that, and then that way. And why is that giving me a warning? The method connect is not present on the type variant. Okay, that is ridiculous. I'm guessing it's because I haven't saved. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Give me a warning. I'm offended. Yeah, that should really be it. And then this, let's hide this because otherwise it's going to be visible when we start the game. Hey, Mr. Sparkle, how's it going? The weekend was good. Thank you for asking. How was yours? Okay. Now I can no longer run away. So that is positive. And I hit cancel and we're back. Okay, that's good. That's what we want. Now, yeah, let's clean up some of this. What about this? Can we still run in this? No, we can't. Oh, weird. I still need to fix up the inventory, like the menus. Like, kind of strange, eh? I can't get access to this. If I use it, I can still. There's ways that I can crash the game here. There we go. Invalid access to keep global position on object type previously freed. There's bugs that I need to. Hell of a week at work, recovering from a cold and no dev time. That's a bummer, dude. No one likes it cold. They can be a bit brutal sometimes. Dude, I never get them while I'm working. I only get them when I go on holiday. Like the second I get on it, maybe that's just like you're on a plane or whatever. Like I feel like the second I'm on a plane, I'm gonna catch something, but that is like there's a lot of people in those objects. But I don't think we're gonna be catching planes anytime soon. So they're all gonna be crazy expensive. Okay, so replicator shop. Oh yeah, I wanted to look at shop item because the highlight color is white, which is like crazy. How can I manipulate this to be like an outline? Now the way that I would normally do this so we could put, so if we go make that full rect, and we can add a margin container. Looking forward to making progress this week, working on expanding the FPS pickup system and the hopper. Nice. Yeah, pickup is really hard. It can be a bit tricky. Like I don't have it in this game. I don't know if I will. I pick up the coins, but picking up items is a lot more challenging. How's the Mega Man Vania going? Yeah, good. We're just sort of cleaning up the UI a little bit here. Let's just make it grey. And we've sort of been working on a dialogue system to sort of help us. So that we'll be able to see it highlighted like that. To just like give ourselves a way to interact with characters around so that we can sort of, also it's 3D in the background now, which is something. So this, yeah, that's much more readable. It's not pretty, but so I should be able to buy stuff by pressing enter. Yeah, the parallax. That's literally when I was like, oh, I'll get free parallax if I project the 3D background on. So you have to sort of like be pretty tricky with where you put things, because the illusion can be broken really easily. But as long as I'm tracking the 3D camera correctly, we'll get that like parallax for free. The only issue is really like, or should it be like hard? Like this, like right now it's the correct resolution, or if I like make a little change here, it'll default to the pixel resolution, which is more like pixel art. But I don't know if that's really, it depends what I actually put in as 3D, because right now everything's really blocky, so like it kind of works. But yeah, so I don't know. Anyway, so you can talk to guys now. So he comes up and he says, this is some dialogue. Here are some choices. So yeah, we can talk with people. We can buy stuff from the shop. I think I just need to like, I need to write. And honestly, oh, that was the other thing, like objects, like lore objects. So I've actually got, I wanted to do this because I think it's really fun. I'm a big fan of like immersive sims, and I really like, where is the worksheet? Hey, Sprite. I like in games like Deus Ex or Prey from 2017, when you're in these like empty facilities or whatever, you're in these empty places with monsters, and you can like, or even Doom 3, you can like go on the computers that are around, because this is meant to be a research facility, so there's going to be computers, right? And I've got one here, I've got a drawer, I've got a desk here, and a computer, and it's all broken up into different pieces. And like, why can't you just interact with that? Now, I guess like the difference is like, should you be able to interact with it in a UI level? Like in a lot of these games, it's like you can read the computer, like it comes up as a full screen kind of thing. Or is it going to be something where you just get like a little prompt? So I need to export these as assets. Like the mouse is literally just like a couple of pixels. A UI would be cool. Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking. So do I export this as just one big object for now? Just for testing? Are they going to be easier for me? Export. Export as, selected layers, selection, a hacking minigame, scope, yeah, scope. Hacking minigame would be cool. But yeah, that does sort of get into the scope thing. Selected frames. Yes. Export. Oh, no. What am I overwriting? Assets. There's like a placeholder? I mean, there's not really placeholder. How long have you been working on this project? Since November. Environment placeholders. Okay. Computer. Yes. Okay. That's not what it's supposed to look like. I hope that's just a visual error. Yeah, I sort of started working, to be honest, like I've been thinking about making a game for a lot longer. Is it going to be a lore? Yeah, it'll just be like, you can go onto the computer. Maybe you'll be able to find like a code for a computer, for a door or something like that. But for most part, it's just going to be like, we'll see if I ever get back to it. We'll see if I ever get back to it. Okay. Anyway. Oh, wait. I've got it on top chat. Change it to live chat. Although you're the only person chatting, so I don't know. Yeah, it's, I think it's gonna be, it's just a lore thing. Like, hey, this experiment is a bit dangerous. Are you sure we should be doing this? And then like, that's it. So you can sort of go around. Sort of the same as like Prey 2017. You can just like get little audio logs and stuff from the computers. I missed a message. I can't see it. I can't see it. Dude, YouTube chat. Always sabotaging me. Alright. So. What's the chat? We got this. Dude, what the hell? It's like you resent, it's like I missed a message and then I just see you resent. Are you like showing a link or something? Is it showing up on your end? YouTube. YouTube. It keeps getting not sent. I have like the bare minimum of moderation on my YouTube channel. Like you could almost say anything you want. I typed Vue.js with a dot. Oh yeah, it blocks links. That's not something I... Okay, I was working on a game in Vue.js. How do you say Vue? Is it Vue or is it Vue? Where a computer interface is present the entire time, and instead of the walking interface comes up when applicable. Ah, it's like inverted. Fun. View. Okay. I've never heard anyone say it before, and so when I've read it, I've just like said it how I think you would say VUE, which doesn't sound like English. Okay. So. So, no 2D. Makes sense. The first time someone said SQL instead of SQL, I was like, what the heck? Yeah, that's the same one. It's so weird. Like, who came up with this stuff? Computer? There's nothing there. I had a feeling that was going to be dodged. Okay, so export as not selected layers, visible layers, selected frames, area selection. There we go. This is gonna be a whole lot. Like, maybe I should leave this out. Like, maybe we don't need to have like a full interaction system with the computer. Because like, this is gonna be another whole lot of effort and content to add in. And like, what we can do, maybe it should be the last thing you do. Yeah, it really should be. What I'll do, like if I do want to add props, like, because I'm gonna need to like dress up the scenes. What I'll do, computer, we've got the interactable object and we'll add a collision shape. We'll make it really simple. So we can go and add a thing over here. And when you check it on the script here, we'll add a script. I guess this sits in the world NPC menu, player, singleton, state machine. World. Be like game objects or like world props. I don't know. What do you call this? Props. Computer. Create. And also we're gonna save the scene in scenes, world, destructible level. Yeah, we'll call it props. Save. And we'll give it a export dialogue. And then we can go dialogue resource. Right. And we can go new. We just like new dialogue. Oh, it makes me save it. Is that debug? Where do I save the other one? Was it in NPCs? Scenes. World. Props. Computer. Responses. Respos. Oh, it's computer 12. Okay, whatever. And then this can just be like, I'm assuming I don't need to include the name. Like I can just be like, the computer is on and the email on screen reads, please, oh, it's got like a thing, a polite message. to all employees. I see this all the time at work. Please remember to clean your dishes in the team room. Something like that. Hey, wait, what the heck? Twitch, what's going on? Oh, did you re-prime up Sparkle? Thank you so much. My what do they call it? Something like that. Object is read only. Okay. That's it. Like that's all we'll put there. And then it's not that different from the scientist, really. Like, where is that? The computer is actually just an NPC. Should have like inherited that scene, honestly. Where am I? I'm lost in the levels. Like, actually, is the computer just an NPC at this point? Like, he's got a dialogue? He doesn't need to be, like, any different. I suppose it can't really move, so whatever. We don't need it to be. What's the next feature you're wanting to implement? I need to... Yeah, that's tough. So I've got the dialogue. I have, like, a thing written down. I need to, like, start planning the level. And then I need to do a tutorial scene. Like, I need to make a scene where you set the stage for like the game and the goals and like sort of come in and teach you how to play and then set you off on your way. So that's all I need to do really. And then it's just make the rest of the game and start like dressing things up. So it's like, we're pretty close in terms of like getting a playable demo. I don't know if it's going to be like a Steam level demo because like the art's really not there. And I don't really want to spend a lot of time on that before I put this out. So like if I wanted to like do a demo that was like Steam ready, then I would need to do a lot more art assets. Which I don't know if I have time for. That would take me a long time, I think. Although the 3D speeds things up because like I can get the background for free. Well, you know, I can get the background relatively easily. Interaction icon. Honestly. I'm looking at this scene like the computer could just fit into this. Like scene, save scene as, and then here, rather than NPCs, we go to the world, we go to props, and we save like computer real, interactable, and you swap the sprite, and then we just like make the interactable area, like make this unique. Oh, it is unique. And we make it like way smaller. Right? Change the icon because that's like more of a speech icon. I want to change this to the interact icon, which is this orange. I don't know about its visibility. It's kind of a bit weird. Also, this sprite's slightly off center because it's not like, I don't know. I want to put the computer in the center of the sprite. So transform. What about there? With the collision shape. And then change its name to computer. It's a character body. It's fine. And then here, computer interactable, computer 12 dialogue. Change that. And then for the conversation marker, I don't want this to zoom at all. And that's really it. Like we don't need this. Like, kill that. We've already made that scene, right? Because we're just using it the same way that we're using an NPC. Yeah, sure, it's a character body, but like, whatever. Well, that doesn't really matter. Static body, character body. It's not gonna collide with anything because it's on its own layer, so the player can walk through it. So then now is all that's left now is to test it out. We're running out of space in this like area where I put everything. It's pretty funny. What do I've got like secrets, enemies, obstacles, camera, encounters, door, destructible objects, shops, NPCs. I think I'm gonna like go and just be like, make one called like game objects, like Node 2D. Because it's getting really long and I don't like that. However, their layout is really important, isn't it? We've got these. I think it's okay if they're like below. Yeah, that's right. I need to change the art for this. This is a save place. Collectibles, dash name, that's right. Destructible objects, doors. We can compress that down a bit. This light I'm gonna delete because I just was testing out the lighting. Okay. We're a little bit low on space here, but we can move wait, these also can just be in this. We can move these guys up here. And we can add a computer. Honestly, yeah, it could actually just sit on the top level because the background will fill in for it. So that does make sense. Even minimal extra polish if we have time. Yeah, sorry I missed that before. Yes, I agree. So we just keep it simple. The computer is on, the email on the screen reads, a polite message to all employees. Please remember to clean your dishes in the team room. Yeah, that's fine. Like that, you don't need more than that. If we're just going to have like a simple thing. Done. Sweet. Now we just need to make the rest of the game. Perspective. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's what I'm noticing. From this angle, the perspective on the table works well with the background, but as I get closer to it, they parallax, but the desk doesn't. So that's an interesting issue that I hadn't considered before. Something, it's probably not a big deal. Making everything more flat rather than giving it angled. Because the player is pretty flat. So these, they're like one pixel deep. You don't really notice. I think that works, honestly. So it's such a good system. This dialogue system is just really helpful. So that we can call that done now. Then we just need to make more scenes. Just make more stuff. Make it all. Good lord. Make the rest of the game, as they say. Okay. Because the other thing that I was toying with is like, what if the objects were 3D? It would still work. I just have to line them up. I don't like this save thingo. It annoys the heck out of me. I need to redo that. Hemingway app helps with better dialogue work, point out trouble words before localization, or simply improving dialogue for consistent age. What is the Hemingway app? Is it AI? That's the wrong. Hemingway editor. SAP highlights lengthy, complex sentences and common errors. Oh, well, I probably should. Honestly. Because I am not a very good speller. Oh yeah. The dialogue system is a plugin by Nathan Hode, who is a fellow Queenslander. So shout out. You can watch his tutorial on how to use it and how to download it all here. I had the opportunity to meet him last year at the Brisbane Games Festival. I played his game, which is called The Bravest Coconut. It's like a top-down Zelda style game, and it's really well put together. I should use that for work just to communicate better, and maybe even this channel. Dude, I'm so bad. I swear people must think I'm like the most unprofessional person at work. But like I've given up caring. Like I guess I'm like just in my job now. So like I don't need to prove myself, but when I read other people's emails, I'm like, what is up their ass? And I'm just talking like an internet. I talk the same way on the internet that I do to my colleagues. Rip. Anyway, it's a good game. Yeah, it's super handy. It's like a one-line. So, Mr. Sparkle, if you're curious, it is literally a one-line thing. Like you just dialogue manager, show dialogue. You can customize that, but like if you're really just looking to put something together quickly, like I have, it's just done. So really helpful. Okay, so we've got that. Oh yeah, okay. I wanted to redo the save station. Let's bring the player back. What would a save station look like? So in the lore of the game, it is literally recreating you from a copy of your DNA. That's essentially what I'm gonna say to the player that's happening. I think you seem professional enough. My old job hired a new sales manager that sent emails with text abbreviations. That was a rip. Fired in 2 days. I think like it depends on where you're from. Like in Queensland, it's very casual. It's like, you know, tropical, very island life. Kind of, even though it's not an island, but like people don't seem to mind. And so like I'll write, here's my opinion. If we're using Teams, that's like using like Discord, or that's using MSN Messenger. I'm going to talk like I'm using MSN Messenger. Maybe for an email, I'll be more professional, but I had to explain to someone the other day what IIRC was. I was like, oh, if I remember correctly, Like, this is whatever. Can't even remember what we're talking about. Thank you for the update on this. Let me know if you need more help. LOL. To customers is bad. I'm not front facing, so I have a little bit more flexibility when it comes to the way that I can communicate with my colleagues. And obviously it's like time and place, you know, don't say those don't talk that way to, not necessarily your boss, but like your boss's boss. Especially if they're old, they might not, appreciate. They might still have like old ideas about hierarchy. Okay, these colors aren't working. So yeah, this is meant to literally liquefy you, turn you into goop, and then rebuild you based on your DNA. So that's what's happening here. It was like he's reading emails in T9. Like the calculator? So I guess if we're going in line with like the retro sci-fi aesthetic, how would something like this look? It wouldn't be grey because this is meant to like represent computer plastic or whatever. I mean, it wouldn't be like beige, I don't think. Plus the shop is beige. Grey's okay. Oh, 9 keys, right. Yeah, like he's typing on a phone. Okay, so it's still gonna have like window. In my ultimate, like, it's between grey and beige, like a Commodore 64. Yeah, something like that. Like retro sci-fi. There would still be like glass at the front, because eventually, if I like do more with it, the character's gonna go inside and turn into goop and then come back out. So that's why there's a sliding door on it. But like, maybe it's not a sliding door because, like I said, retro sci-fi aesthetic. Maybe we can still have a sliding door. Maybe it should come up from the bottom. Nope. Nope. Yeah. Also, is the pixel size the same in here? 8? 8. I'm not super into it, to be honest. What's the key for this? I. Gotta get better at ace, right? Because this just looks like a window. I suppose if it was like, if I'm thinking like retro sci-fi, it would be more metallic and probably thicker. Like there'd be a big thick frame around it, you know? I'm not feeling it. I'm not like the best. I'm not very good at pixel art. I'm not an artist, you know? But sometimes we hit really, if it's an object I'm familiar with, this is just coming straight from like the imagination, so it's a little bit more difficult to know what it will look like. Put like bolts. And then, yeah, I'd have to animate it. Still not feeling it, but it's probably better than a big yellow thing. You know? Also, the B symmetrical. Oh. I don't think. Higher than that, okay. Yeah. Also, this is not going to make it go in line. Look like that. It's a brown outline. I need to go look at like some inspiration. I need to go watch like Terminator 2. What's that other one with Arnold in it? The one where he goes to Mars. Total Recall. I need to go watch Total Recall or something. I. B. I. B. B. Color that in, and then I. G. Okay, so now it's more rounded, but whatever. It's not really going to tell you that this is a place that's going to save. Like, you wouldn't know unless I tell you specifically. So I'm probably going to need to, like, you know, give... I mean, I can put the interaction icon on it and then, like, people will learn, I guess. Anyway, let's just roll with that for now. It's a little bit better than the yellow thing. And we'll iterate further. Gotta go, Chaff. Have a good day, dude. Or night. File, export as, and now we want to say selection, selected layer, selected frames, and we'll go choose file, save point, updated, save point 2. The 3D world. There's a really big snow backdrop here for one window, and it's really, I don't know if I need that much. You know what I mean? You can't get that close to it. We're like down here. I don't know. It's like just whatever. It means I can put more windows if I want to. Save stations. Save station. Let's change this. Save point 2. Okay, it's a little bit more dressed up, and the collision really small. It was just like in line with the windows, I guess. Okay, so we've got a label. Let's just delete this label. And we'll do a sprite. Yeah, sprite 2D. We'll call this the interact icon. And get our little interact icon. Don't know about the color of this either. Drop that above it. And we need an animation player. Oh, that's not the right one. This needs to move slightly across so that it's actually in the center. And then, so what we can do is create a animation, show, interact, icon. Press enter there. And so by default, this will be visibility, modulate, clear, and its position, let's just push it down a little bit there, and then very quickly when you walk in front of it, we're going to go and modulate so it's visible and put it above like so. 0.04. Okay, we've got the animation player. And here, unhindered input pressed up true. On body entered player body. Okay, so we can get access on it to get access to the animation player. And then just say animation player.play, show interaction. And then here for exited, we can say animation player.play backwards. Show interaction, show interact icon. Okay, save. So that won't look so a bit out of place. I think my biggest issue with it was that they sort of like didn't really look like they fit in the scene. So now they look a little bit better. There's another one up here. Whoa, out of place pixel. I thought I moved the scene. Dude. -382. Okay. They're a little bit too low, but like, it's much less obstructive. Yeah, I think, I don't know about the 3D, because like these objects are very clearly in front. So I might need to make the depth much lower. We can do that pretty easily. Well, actually it's not easily. Change the FOV. And pull the camera closer. Because like these are custom. You have to put these in manually. You can't just do them. So what we can do, which is going to be hard to do on stream because I need to basically play around with the scene, is go to local canvas layer. I suppose I can swap, like you guys don't need to see me play around with it. And come to the camera and we can say the FOV gets smaller, right? Not that small. Let's just say 20. But in order to compensate for that, we need to pull the camera back. Which means we need to figure out a number which works with that. So if I go to level, I need a way of working out what this is mathematically. $33. Oh, I guess I just swapped the numbers, right? Because it was 20 and 33. It's still like pretty far apart, like from the back of the wall. But like, I don't really know. Like, what do you do? Like, you make this 10. That's like super close. And then move the camera way further away. Honestly. 65.5. Actually, 65.3 works better. Camera distance 65.3, FOV 10. We still have parallax in the background for the door and stuff like that, but we're not so off the wall that it's like looks weird for the objects here. What does the background look like? Some problems there that I need to fix. It's fine, I guess. Ugh. It's chasing me. I mean, the whole reason I'm doing this is for the 3D background, so there it is. This door looks so dodgy. I need to fix it up. The shader for the door works really well front on. Hang on a second, I'll display that. So if I walk down this hallway, I mean, honestly, like, it's almost not even worth having. You can barely see it. There's not enough of an angle to really like show off the shadow. So maybe I need to can that idea as well. And just have it be like looking like a door. Where's that object? Background objects. Door small. Yeah. Shroud. Well, actually, yeah, that's going to be hard because... Hang on a second, I'm trying to create a material here in real time. Doesn't look like anything. Okay, well... Yeah, I don't think there's any use having that shadow shader there. We just have an up to enter. Okay, so, before I forget... and I'm fiddling around with this 3D stuff. We need 63.3 and FOV 10. 65.3. Yeah, put it on camera in case I forget. 65.3, FOV 10. Press stop. And then we go back to the camera and we go 65.3. FOV 10. So then it's much tighter. And there's not as much weirdness with the actual background, and we still get like parallax for free. We can always have different scenes with different camera setups if we want to as well. This whole way looks really short as well. Like, I just make that bigger if I need it to look longer. And we still have that, which is good. The background, it becomes less obvious for the foreground objects that are sitting in the 2D plane, which I think is important, because we don't want to break the illusion too much. It's always going to be somewhat breakable because we're not moving the 2D objects. Like if I was going to do it properly, and maybe I will later on, you would have like a sprite for the different camera angle. So like if you're on the right hand side of it, the legs would switch. And maybe you'd have like one where you're directly in front, so it like goes along with it. Like that would be the proper way to do it. But we'll worry about that later on, if we want to draw like animated sprites for everything. Okay, so that's the save station. The doors. I wanted to look at the doors now as we're going around just sort of fixing things up with like... Yeah, I honestly, like this, it might be time to turn to the tutorial. I mean, the shop and the UI still look like arse. Like they're really not that good. So there is supposed to be a shadow on this, but because we made the camera angle so tight, you can't really see it. So I can get rid of it. Where's Blender? What does this object look like? Oh, it's like a single piece. We were planning on replacing it anyway, because I thought it was too tall. But we can ditch this material at the front, because you can't even see it anyway. Okay, maybe not delete, just delete face. Oh, there's literally nothing behind it. Okay. Why can't I click this face? Oh, it was a one single piece. That was weird. Oh, it's mirrored. It's like, why can't I click it? So instead, we can do essentially create a little why didn't that come through? Good old Blender. Get the knife out. Do we have it on the other side? Oh, it's mirrored, it doesn't matter. Keep the edge loops clean. So now, is it going to have the same problem all the way around? It will. Why is that? It really shouldn't. Is it because of this? Delete this. I don't care about it. Oh, it is because of that. Okay. And then we've got like some faces here. So what we can do is go from the front. It's like a sliding door. And then the only other thing, if I was going to do this, I would go to mesh and I would say to merge by distance, and we should, no vertices. Was there no, it's actually kind of weird. You'd think there'd be vertices to merge at this point. You know what? I think I've got it doing it already. So they're already merged. Control, wait, how do we redo on this program? Edit, redo. Okay, it's just not going to do it. Bad, so sad. And then we just switch the material. So like put like a little bit of a thing. Actually do one whole piece and just, oh, I've got snapping on. Snapping off. Just push it back a little bit. But it has a bit of texture to it, like this. And then make this probably the same material that we've got here. So let's go to the materials. These are all really basic at the moment. I don't want to spend too much time on them. You know what I mean? And then make this the same material, like the white. And make that a floor material. Okay, and then this. Do we have like another material that's like floor base hand window shroud? Oh, this is like a blue? Oh, yeah, could work. How alpha is this? A little bit see-through is okay, but the problem will be, oh well, no, it's okay because there's like nothing behind it. Like it's just like literally the blue. I don't know how that'll look in game though. And we have a material on it, so we can always change it. So now we can. Oh, the other thing that I did note to myself that I needed to add in here was the tile. So I also need, on top of all of this, to check the wall grid map, because it needs to link into the wall grid map seamlessly. The wall grid map is done with code. So like obviously I don't have to draw it all out. It's just a tool that makes that for me based on the tile map that we have. But all these like little extra bits you have to place manually. So if I look at grid maps, wall, I need it to be the same height as this. Edge length. So it's 0.2. So I'll go back to the door. So if I'm gonna, well, make a cut here. It would need to be 0.2 in length. Turn snapping on again. View from the front. 0.2, apparently. How thick, it's probably less important. Not that thick, that's for sure. 0.1 is fine. And then that way, when we bring it in, it should link up with that and sort of be seamless. I think the materials are slightly off because I'm not using the exact same like roughness. But that should do it so that it's sort of like dressed up and just can lock in with that pretty easily. Let's give it a go, shall we? We will apply the modifier and hit save on that and export as a GLTF. Course models, project, assets, 3D, background, no, props. We've got a bunch of doors. Door small, door window, door side, door shroud. This one will be door front. Okay. Bottom trim of door frame was not painted white. Wasn't it? You mean? I'm like, huh? And then we just have to replace this. So we'll delete that. Actually, you know what? I might keep that there for a second, and then we'll call it door front and mic alien noise. Replug mic. Oh, thanks. How about now? The music stopped working. There we go. We're back. Good again, yeah, it's weird. It's a weird one. And then we can just delete that. Oh, look. What is this? Why is it still there? What the hell? Did I... Hang on a second. On my export, I may have like included everything. Make local. We want door, right? What's this called? Side door. Well, that's not the best description, but delete all those other objects. And the transform on this change back to 0, 0. Alright, let's try to slot this bad boy in. Should be easy enough. Goes right there. The position is normally pretty clear, so this looks like... So I'm assuming the center of this, yes it is directly in the center. So the X position is, well, it's normally like a 0.5, but it looks like it's going to be 59, which is strange. And then the Z position, well, yeah, negative 1.5, or... that's too far forward, right? I guess it's just the 0 position. 1.6, yeah, okay. Slightly different tones on the wall trim, but we'll roll with it. Okay, so hide that, and we just need to clean up the grid map. So we go to the grid map. I hate working with grid maps, which is why we wrote a code for it. Let's go down a few levels. That needs to go. Okay, that needs to go, and we have like a random one behind, which you can't see, but the rotating is way off around these things. I guess because the scene's really big. Where is it? I'm lost. What the hell? Oh, it's over here. There's just a random block here, which I think I want to get rid of, just because it's bothering me. We need to go up, up. Got it. Okay, if we bring this back, now we just need to add... Okay, so there's some weirdness going on here. I don't know what with. I don't know if that's in the mesh or maybe I made a mistake in Blender. Anyway, let's fill in this hole. We just need wall empty. Dude, grid maps suck, man. I'm back from above it. Like, what is this? Like, I zoom out, I zoom so far out. Oh. the frick? Dude, I just want to plug this hole, man. Oh, you can see the gap. That's funny. Grid map. This is why no one uses grid map in Godot. It's miserable. Oh. What? What is going on? It's because it's above me. Lower it down a bit. There we go. Wrong one. Okay, finally. It's the wrong one. Okay, so there's some weirdness. Okay, obviously the tone's different for that. And then there's something really strange going on with the floor. And I don't know what the heck that is. Also, the panel is way too clear, so I want to change that. So if we go background objects, side door. I have to make everything unique. And we go to the window. And for the albedo, this is way too clear. Let's just cover it up. Fuck it. It won't be visible anymore. Let's see how this looks. Wait, did I save the scene? Sometimes it's a bit weird. Doesn't load properly. I have to walk up though. I need a way of like moving the character around quickly. Okay. No, I don't want to like just not fight these guys. Ouch, got hit by everything. Alright, let's get down here. Okay, aside from the glaringly obviously wrong material being used here, this is much more appropriate. Obviously it's perfect size for this guy. We can work on the materials, but that's the right framing for it all. So I just want to replace the press up to enter with just the little arrow, I think. These door objects. And then if you enter this room, you've got like the old stuff. Okay. NA Games, welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? Right, where's the door object? Oh, it's still static noise? God damn it. I need to replace my sound card. It's so old. How is it now? I just reseated the cable. Maybe I just need new cables. Could be it. Okay. It's the same. Oh, it's coming from the music. Yeah. Driver rappers. Wasapi. WAS API. I'm guessing that stands for. It's really funny because like it doesn't come from my end. Like the music sounds fine to me. Now we're good. Interesting. We want game objects. Let's put this above this canvas layer here. Doors. Prop door. These are all the same kind of doors, I'm assuming. They're just a 2D area. Actually, that's a really good point. Where does the label come from? Boss door, prompt door. This is the one with the label. Icon. It's a sprite. Prompt icon. It's almost like you need a scene for a prompt icon to just like instantiate one. And then we'll just put that there. And then for the show prompt, we just key that. And for the visibility, put that down, we key that.
Did you know that there is a goose in your chat?
I do, yeah. Everyone's finally here and I've got to go to work. Okay, and then key that.
Go on, I'm pretty sure that school life is going to be flooded and no one gonna be at school, but I'm still going anyway.
Yeah, the rain has been horrible here. It's actually, it's been raining all weekend. And it's one of those things where like, I thought it was kind of silly. They put a statewide, it wasn't state, but it was a very large area flood watch. Like where we live is very far apart. You know, like it's a big place. It's probably the size of multiple European countries. And they're like, yeah, it's going to flood. The whole thing? Apparently. 100 millimeters of rain? Damn, that's crazy. I would have to, I'll check with my dad. Because he's got a rain measurer. Prompt icon position. Why did it get an error for that? Is that just a one-time thing? Get to the top of the tower. Okay. Let's see how broken this is. Oh, that's fine. Oh, it doesn't disappear. Hide prompt. Oh, I'm going from invisible to visible. Swap those. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it's going to rain until Tuesday, right? What does the weather say? Yeah, if you ever thought, like, I don't know, something, I don't, you know, like, sometimes people think, they think of Australia as like beaches and sun. It rains a lot. Like a lot. What have we got today? I think it's just gonna be cloudy. But it's raining all week. Like 10 mils, 10 mils, 10 mils. Not too bad, actually. Okay, so what's next? We need a tutorial, right? Dialogue's kind of done, like unless we want to get really complicated with things, which we may need to do because the tutorial is going to need to give us instruction, which we can leverage the characters to do. But we need a new scene because I want the tutorial to be outside of the facility, so as you go into it, you get the tutorial and then you come in. That's my plan. Angel's sleeping. Are you going to get the benefit from UI styles? I don't know what that means, but I do need to look at the UI because it's ass. It's really bad. So yeah, I'm gonna look at that. Because it's not consistent. I could create a theme. Because like obviously this has got like a built-in one that looks fine. Like this is actually pretty good. We've got like the white background, just, you know. And then this is just the default from the system. And I need to actually go back to working on this because it doesn't really work. It works, but it doesn't really. You know what I mean? Like you shouldn't need to use your mouse. Okay. And then, yeah, I need to work on the math for the 3D. I need to make a video about the 3D actually, because I want more people to
pay attention to my last chat.
It says yippee. Okay, those are the plans. But I need to go to work to make real money. I have to go tell people how much money we didn't make or made, which is a lovely job. Thanks for hanging out though. I appreciate it as always. Oh, go play. What is it? Playing your games? Okay. No, let's go to Just Convino. Covino. $30 stream streak. Nice, dude. Thank you. All right, guys. Have fun. I'll see you all on Wednesday.